Hi everyone, I'm Charlie from Noodle Soup Yarns and I'm here doing the wool monty at home, sadly. Obviously would have loved to have met all of you in person and given you big squishy yarn hugs, but it is what it is. It'll be on next year and I very much look forward to vending there, to vending at the Fly DSA Arena with the Wool Monty gang. Yeah, but in the meantime, we are here in my spare room, which is now known as the yarn room because the yarn has absolutely taken over everything. Not that I'm complaining. My husband's not too chuffed, but whatever. So there's a few things that I wanted to show you today. Off the top of my head, I will tell you before, because I will forget, my website is noodlesoupshop.co.uk and my Instagram is at noodlesoupyarns. You can search me on Facebook under Noodle Soup Yarns as well if you're not already following me. I'll be posting lots of brand new one-of-a-kind skeins this weekend because I haven't dyed them yet, they're not here to show as I'm filming this on the 4th of June and I will be dyeing everything this coming weekend for the Wool Monty. So you'll be seeing lots of new stuff as well as all of the lovely repeatable colourways that I have here. So I wanted to focus on some of the bases that I have in stock because different bases can hold colour and absorb colour so differently from each other. So they're obviously the same colourway, but you can see where there's a bit of a difference. So the first one I want to show you is Grunge. Oh God. Trying to get them all in one hand. Right, so here we go. Here's 3 skeins of Grunge, and they look very, very similar. But as you can see with that wine red, it's really shown up really, really well on the merino sparkle, a merino nylon sparkle, sorry. And that one in the middle is 100% superwash merino, which drinks colour, but as you can see, it's not quite as bright. And this one at the end here, this is BFL. It's 100% BFL superwash. And it's, I mean, all 3 of these bases I love, but I love them for different things. And I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, as you can see, they look similar, but they've all taken the colour very slightly differently. And again, we have Vivid Firmament now. And this, I love this colourway. This always makes me think of like a sunset against a really dark silver stormy sky. So this one here on the left, I think, on the left, sorry, everything's backwards on my camera, so I'm really not sure. This one is 100% superwash merino, no nylon. This is my foot free squish base. And this one is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% lurex. So it's got that lovely sparkle in it. But as you can see, it's taken the colour very slightly differently. So this silver, I don't know if it's showing up too well in person, on camera, sorry. But in person you can tell the slight difference. So the silvery, that silver in the sparkle is just a little bit lighter than the, it's almost like a stormy grey and the 100% merino. So yeah, different bases take colour differently. And getting back to the BFL, which I have over there on Vivid Firmament, but it's a bit too far to reach right now. BFL is absolutely gorgeous. It takes colour like a dream, but it takes a lot less to have that full saturation. So merino, especially the sparkle, will take so much dye to look half as vibrant as this. So I have to be quite careful when I'm trying to dye colourways that look the same on different bases. And sometimes that's what you want. Sometimes you want the different bases to look completely different. Sometimes you don't. So, like I say, this is Grunge, 100% BFL superwash. I'd recommend this is fingering weight. I'd recommend BFL for socks, if you don't like nylon in your socks, I would just use maybe a 2.25 or maybe even a 2mm needle. I'm currently making some socks on 100% BFL with 2mm needles, and it's taking a while, but mostly because I haven't actually worked on them for a good fortnight at least, probably longer. But yes, 2mm needles can take a little while, but the gauge is absolutely glorious. And I just want to show you a quick sample of what grunge looks like knit up, because it's a lovely variegated yarn and lots of people ask. So this is the very beginnings of a ripple bralette by Jessie May. I'm absolutely loving knitting this. Yeah, this is in grunge on my 100% superwash merino base, and I absolutely love the variegation in it. I love the pooling, I love everything about this. This is a very soothing knit for me right now. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I think I've shown off a lot of these here. On the top are 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, standard sock yarn, but it's I think because of the ply it really takes quite a lot to pill. Now I'm not saying it's pill proof, it's not pill proof, no wool is pill proof, but I have socks that I knit on a 2.25 gauge. Put the knitting down, shall I? I have socks that I knit in 2mm and 2.25 and 2.5 even, that after a year's worth of wearing are only just starting to get a little bit pilly. So that's great. I'd highly recommend that if you want it for shawls, but not sort of really warm shawls. If you want it with a slight, with a little bit more cooler. Apologies. If you want shawls that are a little bit cooler, I'd recommend the sock yarn, because once it's washed and blocked, it's actually a lot dry, a lot softer. It's a lot softer than you might think. So I recommend giving that a try. If you don't like nylon at all, I would give BFL. Is this BFL? It is BFL. I'd give the BFL blend a go. Right, what else is there to show? Another different blend of sock yarn I have is the 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon soft sock sets I have. And I have some of these rainbow sets, some of them are in gradients, and I've left those over there, so whoops. But yeah, I've got some pastel rainbow sets and some radiant rainbow sets, and also, yeah, like I say, some gradients. They all come with the little black mini skein as well for a nice contrast, because I feel like that gives, you don't then have to choose one of the other colours to be the heels or toes or cuffs. You can just knit the whole thing as a tube and then add your afterthought heels in afterwards and not worry about it. One of the other things, and one of my more favourite things to knit with, not necessarily to dye, and other dyers I'm sure will know why, is self-striping yarn. So I have a small selection of self-striping. I won't be dyeing any more of it this week, but I will be doing some for Halloween shortly, because obviously self-striping Halloween yarn is the best thing. Yeah, so I've got plenty of self-striping, and like I say, sorry, a small amount of self-striping. Yeah, so that's just a really short bite-sized chunk of the colourways that I have in stock. This one is Rise of the Jellyfish. That's one of my favourites to dye, and there are lots of pictures of that online, but I better wrap this up. So thank you very much for watching. Again, my website is noodlesoupshop.co.uk. I am Noodle Soup Yarns on Instagram and Facebook, and yeah, look out for my posts this weekend on the Wool Monty and the Wool Monty at Home, or Monty at Home hashtag. I will post about it, so I'm more sure. Thank you for joining me. Bye.